Happy New Year, everyone, and the weekly market outlooks are back, brought to you by Funding Frontier and myself, Ryan. We'll be looking over the weekly market outlook for gold across all time frames, predictions on potential buys, potential sells, looking at news events across the USD pair, obviously gold USD, which could potentially affect that pair during the week. But without further ado, let's get straight into it. So, looking at the weekly time frame, as you can see, we're clearly in a low volume period based off the festive period that we've just had. And just this is the weekly time frame. As you can quite clearly see, we are stuck in this new range off the weekly. We've tried to break out to the upside, rejected. We've tried to break to the downside, rejected. And we've been left with this new support formed on the weekly. Again, very low volume. Zooming right out on the weekly, as you can see, volume has died right down over the Christmas period. As expected, that's why we shouldn't be trading over the Christmas period and the New Year period. I'm not expecting loads of volume in the coming 2 weeks, as it is the start of the new yearly candle. However, there will still be plenty of opportunities to catch some nice scalps in there, I have no doubt. So, looking at the previous weekly candle, we have formed a new support. If we can, there's two scenarios here because we have left this. When we leave a wick as big as the body and the wicks are matching on both sides, it makes it really unpredictable for the next weekly candle. So as you can see, we've got a big old wick to the upside, we've got the same size wick to the downside and the same size body. Makes it really hard. If we're going off just basic price action, if we do respect the previous low of this new support on the bullish structure, then I will expect us to at least continue up bullish, at least get the wick fill, and then if we do break that previous weekly candle, we've got this really nice wick fill to the left hand side, retesting that previous resistance. However, we have every single possibility to create a small top wick. This is my alpha bias, a small top wick, grabbing a little bit of liquidity to the upside, and then just completely drive down, taking out these previous weekly lows. But that is something to be determined. If we go down to the daily time frame, we get a cleaner picture. So now we have got a clearer picture. On the daily, we have a new resistance formed at 2659 flat. And we have our most recent support formed at 2605 flat as well. I wonder what that green is on there. So now we've got a clearer picture here. If we do get a closure above this area, I will expect off the daily price to retest that big weekly wick fill coming up to its previous resistance, as we have got these lovely clean candles to the left hand side coming up to 2717300 area. But we do have to have that closure above on the daily. Now, on the flip side, maybe perhaps later on in the week, if we do get that closure below this area, 2605, then we can expect price to come down towards this next support at 2584988. Now, it doesn't look that big, but when you get your measuring tool and you actually measure that range out, it is 180 pips. And if we do carry on breaking below that area, we've then got another TP area of 2562500. And of course, we do have this nice wick fill as well. But then if we do break below that area later in the week, then we have got lovely clean candles on the daily coming down towards 2511700. So that's a nice weekly overview. But of course, that is based off if we do get a closure above or below, and I'm not expecting that much volume. So therefore, we may just see price consolidating in the daily consolidation area here. So what can you do here? If we're not trading off the daily, we go down to the 4 hour, and there'll be lovely more lovely opportunities. So again, it's a similar story, similar picture of the 4 hour. We can adjust that resistance to the left here. And then again, the closure above 2662400, we see ourselves with clean candles to the left. So some people do like to trade off the 4 hour, so I do like to do these bits of analysis as well. So we do get the closure above there. We've got a nice TP area of 2690 flat. And then again, our final targets for the week at 2717. For sales, it's a bit more tricky because we've had this really nice run up. And then we've just had a bounce off this previous resistance to the left hand side. We've just got to start going bearish. We haven't formed a new support yet. However, if we can form a new range in this area, so then a new period of consolidation on the 4 hour, then we get a candle closure below, then it makes more sense because you've got your resistance, you've got a new support, and you've got your candle closure below. Then you've got the clean candles coming down again to our daily 2605 flat area, with the TPs exactly the same as the daily, so it matches up really nicely. But you have to wait for that new range form. Now coming down to the 1 hour, we've got a really nice clean picture now, really nice. So off the 1 hour, we have formed a new resistance at 2642,347, and we formed a new support at 2638148. Now, can we use this as a new range? Potentially. However, you're banking on volume. If you get a closure below, you have got a nice 48 pip wick fill, but from experience, when you've got these big rejections and you're banking on trying to get a wick fill, it makes it a lot more risky. So just based off the 4 hour, for now, the 1 hour, sorry, I'll use this as a new support, but so then we get a closure below all of these rejection wicks. Better to be safe than sorry. So this is our no trade range now off the 1 hour. We've created a really nice period of consolidation. So a closure above 2642,347. I will expect price to fill these clean candles coming up towards 2652,575 as a nice TP1. Yes, we've got the clean candles running up to where I'd put my TP2 at 2657,828. However, we have got this previous support here, so using that as a target area is a really wise idea. And of course, final targets coming up to take these previous Asian highs and the previous resistance at the top of the range. Again, looking left, if we do break up above that area later in the week, we've got a lovely new target area with clean candles up to the left for 2672,444. And then again, later in the week, more clean candles up towards 2690 flat. And then again, we've got our final targets based off the weekly and the daily coming up towards 2717. So really nice price structure, really nice clean candle structure off the 1 hour if we do get that bull run. Now on the flip side, on the hourly, we have got this support that we wanted, a closure below these rejection wicks at 2633,123. Get that closure below, lovely clean candles coming down towards 2623,187. At this area, I will expect a bit of mess. I will expect some choppiness, a period of consolidation, something like that, because of this mess to the left hand side. And if you look previously, this is an area where we have had mess before. We've used it as a previous support, bounced off. We've used it as previous resistance, we bounced off. As you can see, if you keep looking left, it's always an area of interest. More areas of interest, we carry on bouncing off it. So we tapped into it here. I don't need to draw all these out. It's pretty obvious going across the line how many times we've tapped into this key area. Again here, and then again here. So I will expect some mess here. But after that period of consolidation, if you do get that candle closure below 2623 later in the week, we've got these lovely clean candles, then the nice wick fill coming down towards 2605. And you can see how these time frames start to match up because we've already drawn this support out previously on the 4 hour and the daily and the weekly, and they match up perfectly. Now coming down to the half an hour and 15 minute, where I'm looking for potential entries again. So we've got our 1 hour resistance, which I do like to keep on the 15 minute because we have got these clean candles with the nice wick fill coming up for a nice 50 pips. So a closure above there. I'm going to get out this tool now. Just like to clean it up a little bit. So perfect. Closure above that area on the 15 minute. 2642,299. I'll be looking for price to come up to at least 2645 as TP1, then the wick fill for TP2, and so on. It matches really nicely with the 1 hour, these new target areas. We have got this minor resistance here, so we can use that as well. But for later in the week, we just adjust these zones ever so slightly. Looking left, look how lovely that matches up off the 1 hour. Another 15 minute target area at 2684 if we carry on bullish in later in the week. Again, coming to that previous resistance on the 1 hour. And lovely clean candles. This is gold dust. If we do have that bullish week, we're gonna have a bull. A closure above 2690 again. Lovely run up 2608. So make sure you're jotting these prices down, make sure you're taking notes, because these are really lovely prices if we do get that closure above for the buys. Now, what about for sales on the flip side? Yes, we have formed this new support. Is it clean? We're going to mark out a new range, you have to look left. Is it clean candles to the left hand side? Not particularly. There is a wick fill here. It's somewhat risky. So for example, closure outside this area. You look left, we've got the candle bodies here already. That to me suggests choppiness. So very risky sells below 2636,158 because we have got the wick fill at 2632. So we've got some nice clean wick fill. But if you're looking for a safer entry, which I will be personally, I'll be waiting for a closure below 2631,880. Then we've got the clean candles coming down. Then it makes more sense. TP1 will be 2625,644. TP2, I'll run it down to the rest of that range below the mess. And then TP3, I'll be running down the rest of the clean candles to 2613. Minor resistance here. I won't be looking at that with volume. I expect price to push through that. It gets a bit more choppy after that, but again, later on in the week, you got, I don't want to be trading in this range here. Here, very choppy, but a closure below there, 2611,500. More clean candles coming down. Again, it gets a bit messy after that, so I'll be looking for a closure below 2602. But yeah, really nice clean rundown. And I'm expecting if we look left again, more, yep, just going to tidy that up again. Lovely more clean candles. Coming down towards 2590. So you can see the gist of things, how we work, how we get on. Wait for them candle closures. If you're coming into an area of choppiness, avoid it, and wait for the new structure to form. But yeah, this will be my no trade range. Very big, very big, this area here. But we do have Asian open throughout the night time for me, so where I'll be reanalyzing again, see if we've got a candle closure outside of this range overnight, and then we can get ready for pre-London. So that works out lovely. If you bear with me again, guys, I'm just going to look at the news now for you guys. So Monday, there isn't any USD news, but we do have all day the German prelim CPI, which runs all day, so just be wary of that. Tuesday, we have at 3 PM GMT, ISM Services PMI and the job openings at 3 PM. So what I will suggest and what I like to do not trade the news or high impact news, red flag. Half an hour before the news, stop trading. During the news event, stop trading. Half an hour after the news event, stop trading. And then you can go again once the news is settled. Wednesday, we have got 1:15 PM GMT, ADP non-farm employment change. Then at 1:30 we've got unemployment claims. And then at 7 PM, so this might be a low volume day, 7 PM we've got the FOMC meeting minutes, which aren't as high volume as just a normal FOMC, but they are something to keep an eye out for. So again, not trading during those times. Thursday, no news, so we've got a clean day on Thursday. Friday, we have got news again. We've got the average hourly earnings at 1:30 PM GMT, non-farm employment change and unemployment rate. And that concludes the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed the weekly market outlook. It gives a really good insight for the weekly overview on gold. So it's definitely worth watching every single week. Get you ready and set, especially after the New Year period. If you did enjoy the video, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one.